Hello everybody and welcome to the spiritual way. This is a month of September. In the month of September, we are blessed with Pitru Paksh. That means we are going to have 15 days of ancestral blessings. I know a lot of youngsters, a lot of people nowadays say that no, we don't do all these things. हम लोग ये सब नहीं मानते. We don't believe into all these things. We are not that traditional. We don't follow the regional things or the rituals you do. We don't get the time or we don't believe into it. Or the best answer is that what are you talking in the world of science and everything? You still believe into all these things? I feel really sad for these people when you don't know the whole thing and you just take whatever is convenient for you from the modern world and the rest of the historical things are just gone. Rest of the roots are just been not given the importance. Have you ever seen a tree? Yes, of course, all of us have seen the tree. Do you know how the tree stands so tall? Of course, we all know the tree is going to stand tall only because of the roots. You must have seen on the Discovery Channel or people who are trek lovers, or if you are lucky you live in the woods, you see a lot of tall trees, dark trees, big trees who are standing tall for years together, like 100 years, 200 years. There are trees which are 300-400 years old. Why? Only because the roots are very strong. They are go deeper, deeper, deeper in the earth and holding that entire tree. Then only tree is going to be blossoming more. There are going to be birds sitting there. There are going to be animals sitting, a cheetah and everything. Or there are going to be flowers or maybe fruits. If you see a mango tree, fruits. If you see a flower tree, a banyan tree. Why? Because the roots are really very strong. That is exactly what we are talking about. It's nothing to do with the rituals I'm talking about or the regional things which you don't like maybe. Maybe you must have not heard the story properly. But understand the logic behind it. Yes, I'm talking about the logic behind it. Just like a tree. When you see a tree, it is tall only when the roots are strong. So, with your ancestors also, why do we say that don't buy things in these 15 days? Don't buy house, don't buy jewelry, don't do weddings, don't do receptions, or don't do anything auspicious. Not because these days are negative. That's not right. All the days are beautiful, including dark moon. Either you release things or you create. Nothing is negative here. It's all the part of life, the package called life. So, whenever you are talking about 15 days of Paksha Pandravada, that is called ancestral blessings. Why all the Brahmins or the other people say, or the elderly people say, please don't do anything good here? A very simple reason is that these are the 15 days assigned only for your roots, only to your ancestors. Imagine that you are just gone to visit some particular place. Maybe you have gone out of India and God forbid you are lost. How are you going to come back? Maybe in India only, you just get lost. How are you going to come back home? Very simple. You have your address. Somehow you will reach home because you know where you belong to. But imagine that you are just out of your society but you don't know where you live. How are you going to come back? Do you know how to come back? You don't. Because you don't know where you belong to. So all this ancestral huskas is all about where do you belong to. The belongingness. If you see, there are certain people who are very, very strong. Not financially only, but the personality itself is very strong. Because the ancestral string they have, like 6, 5, 7, we have this ancestral string where I know where I come from. So they have that kind of a backing behind them. That's why they have a certain confidence to walk in this world. There are people who are really very intelligent, very, very talented, but not given that as much as importance or the fair chances because they don't know where they belong. They have never known their ancestors. So what am I going to do now? Yes, we are going to have something called remedies here. That's why the spiritual way believes into now, today. Whatever has happened in the past. Now what are you going to do? When you want to have good health, prosperity, good life and success and all those beautiful gifts of life, those are going to be on the tree. But what about the roots? Roots have to be really very strong. So these are the 15 days where you don't do anything but giving attention, the acknowledgement to your ancestors. If you don't have photo frames, if you don't know where you come from, that's fine. There are simple remedies and rituals which you can do and make sure that you understand where you come from. And then you make your life beautiful by starting now. Up till now, if you're not given water to your tree, that's fine. plant is not blossoming, but earth is so beautiful. Now today onwards, if you start giving the attention and acknowledgement to your ancestor, you definitely will have an amazing tree of life or tree of family, which is we called. So even if you don't know from your parental side, mother side, father side, from your spouse side, that's fine. That's why these are the 15 days which are assigned only to give importance to your ancestors, so that they can bless you. They don't want anything. They're just done with the whole thing. All they want is they want to bless you. But if you don't ask them, how will they bless you? So make sure these 15 days you don't do anything which is other than giving them importance. That's why we wait for these 15 days. These are the 15 days. Whatever negative karmas you have, you can release them. And anyway, this is an energy of gratitude. So you can do a lot of annadan. You can do a lot of, you can go into schools and give them books, or maybe other education stuff, or maybe you can go to a small temples, or where people have annadan, or they give foods. You can do all these things and make sure that you have a positive karma. With that, in these 15 days in spiritually, we will be having healing sessions, we will be having Pitru Puja, we will be having all those things which will make sure that your negative karmas are getting released, and you will start with positive karmas and good results in terms of successful career, maybe marriage, maybe good health, whatever your desire, wherever the block is, including the past life energy. Whenever people come for me for past life reading, the first thing I see is what the Pitru dosh is. That means what are the things which you have not seen. If you don't acknowledge your roots or your past, whatever is behind, how are you going to go ahead? That's all you see. Don't get into the detail of all these things which are, it's like very bookish thing. Don't go there. Understand the science behind it. If you're going to take care of your roots, then only the tree is going to blossom and give you good fruits. All we want is to make sure that you give proper attention, acknowledgement to the roots. That's it. Isn't it very easy? So what are you waiting for? Make sure that you book your puja or your blessings or your healings which are going to be assigned for these 15 days. That's it from me. Bright Blessings Spiritual Way.